listening to Low Blow Sports on twitch.tv/SportsTownShy.
Hey, that's a low blow.
Hit him right in the family jewels.
Where our sports takes hit you above and below the belt.
Nice private.
Now here's the squad. Scotty Kiefer, Kobe Burke, and Nick Johnston. This is Low Blow Sports.
The season is over. The Bears season's over. It's been Black Monday. It's Black Tuesday now. But because it's Tuesday, that means that we're back here on Low Blow Sports.
You know it.
Boys.
You see the video of that Eagles fan? And he's like, so the season is over. You've never seen that video?
No.
Oh, I gotta show it to you.
Okay.
Boys, how are we feeling now that the season's over? I mean, all of our teams are basically just not competing anymore.
Yeah, no, we're on the couch. We're out in the Bahamas. We're
Cancun.
exactly
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Hitting golf in Cancun.
Most of the teams had 1 foot, 1 cleat on the field, and exactly 1 sandal out on vacation. But yeah, glad the season's over for some guys. Glad Caleb's healthy, leaving, didn't break that sack record.
Yes, the fact that he's healthy at the end of the year.
1-0 in Lambeau. Love it.
1-0 in 2025.
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly
Yeah.
right. Bears are undefeated in 2025.
Yeah.
Love it.
So are the Jets.
Oh yeah, exactly
So are the
right.
Jets.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of up and up things.
Sure. Happy. Great. Nice win.
He couldn't face it.
Aaron Rodgers out, most likely.
Maybe.
Get him
We'll get to
out.
it.
Kick him out.
We'll get to it. We got a lot to go over.
Still gonna stay, most likely.
He'll
No,
talk
he's
to Pat.
gone. He's gone.
He'll talk to Pat McAfee and just say,
Yeah,
"Do
Pat
I get
McAfee's gonna
do I
break
get a
the
spot
news.
on the show?" No. All right, I'm gonna go play.
Yep.
That's probably what's gonna happen.
I think if Pat McAfee supplies what Rodgers wants, then for sure. Otherwise, then
what do you,
he
John?
might stick with Joe Rogan.
Dude, we gotta get your Madden rating up, so that's why you gotta play. You gotta
Does
play
Pat
one more
McAfee
year.
have like a legend card?
I'm surprised. Maybe, probably not. Who knows?
He should.
But anyways, let's get into it. Bears season's over. NFL season's over. We'll get into all of that, breaking down some of the vacancies and head coaches and GMs, and then we'll get into the playoffs, talk about some of the matchups. Then we'll get into predictions, what we think is going to happen over the wild card weekend. But first, Nick, I want to ask you, if you can encapsulate this Bears season, what would you say compared to your expectations at the beginning, and then where they're at with how they ended? Where would you put it?
Simply, I mean, disappointing is the first word that comes to mind for obvious reasons. Maybe I was delusional. Maybe a lot of us were, of course, and that comes to time every single time. But yeah, it just seems as though the Bears worked backwards. They started off getting all these hot offensive pieces and a couple of defensive, extras. I feel like a lot of the Bears' top guys are what would be like extra pieces on it, and on conditioner, extra guys on like Super Bowl winning teams. So it was tough all the way around. A lot of questioning, but yeah, going in clearly was not as prepared as the Bears thought they were. The Bears are who they thought they were, but apparently not. And just overall, yeah, just awful. Just all the negative words you can surround around it was that exactly for the Bears.
See, I'm on the opposite side because at the beginning of the year, I was only expecting a 7-win team.
Yeah.
So the fact that they got to 5, I'd say I'm slightly disappointed, but I was not expecting that 10 and 7.
I think coming into the season,
10-7 was my high end, and 7-10 was my floor. So
okay.
Coming into the season, I mean, they weren't gonna win the division. I think almost everyone had them coming in last.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think more people had Minnesota coming in last, to be honest. I mean,
I think the 1 and 5.
I think they said it on Sunday Night Football. They were projected to at most win 7 games, Minnesota. And they completely blew
think
that
the
out of
1 and
water.
5 in division was expected. I think the hot start they got off to, the 4-2 start they got off to, kind of put the expectations higher than they should have been.
$100%.
And then going to spend everything to them to be, and that kind of what makes the season feel a lot worse than it really was.
I guess you could take it that way. I think, if you want to just look at a specific position, the big thing is Caleb Williams. If you want to, the perfect way to encapsulate this season is, yes, Caleb had a great season, but he went through 2 different offensive coordinators, 2 different head coaches. You know, that's not the turmoil you'd like to see in even the first half of the season. And then also, you know, then you're going to get another one for them very quickly, hopefully, you know, depending on where teams finish in the postseason.
The problem with Caleb Williams is that all the other rookie quarterbacks are just doing so great that you kind of look at him and you think he was bad.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
He had a good season for a rookie, but the problem is Jaden Daniels is 11-5, Bo Nix is 11-5, and you kind of taper your expectations off that. But for
I also you also point in the same direction of awful coaching. Dan Quinn might be considering part of coach of the year.
I think he's up there. I think I'd still give it to Kevin though.
Yeah, and then Sean Payton, first time with a rookie quarterback, but exactly that.
He's an all-time head coach. Yeah. He's been around with one of the, if not the greatest quarterback in the NFL.
So I'll throw in the butt coaching part of it. But if this is like the floor for Caleb of 3,500 passing yards, 6 interceptions.
Yeah, Caleb Williams being 400 yards off of 4,000 in his first year, and we've never had a
and getting sacked and just getting brutalized in the fourth quarter like he does.
And I like that you mentioned that at the top. The fact that he came out of this season, played every single game, and was completely healthy coming out of it. You know, he's obviously probably banged up. He's probably recovering in the offseason, but that's every single player. But the fact that he doesn't have to get like a surgery, he doesn't have to, do some rehab, he's completely fine that way is got to be a huge plus.
Exactly right. I mean, that's the big part. Like the numbers aren't jumping out at me as anything spectacular. I just like that he kept a clean game besides getting sacked as many times as he does. And he even admitted like, hey, as much as it could be the offensive line, it's a lot of people are also like, it's all 11. It's everybody. It's Caleb taking sacks when he probably shouldn't have.
I think the best sign for him is the 6 picks over a season. I think that's like a sign that like he could read an NFL.
And some people are even trying to spin zone it up like, okay, 6 picks, but is he taking the risks? Is he taking enough deep balls? And there could also be the case. I think there could be a case there.
I think a lot of that, and we've complained about it with past Bears teams, is the way they scheme it. They never really did the deep ball this year with Caleb Williams. They wanted him to get adjusted to the system, and with that, it goes to his play style of not really throwing a lot of interceptions, and that's what they thought worked. So they tried to keep doing that.
Yeah. So I mean, going forward, I mean, obviously, I think offensive line, defensive line is going to be hopefully the focus of both the draft and free agency.
I'd say offensive line, defensive line, and then speed at like another wide receiver spot. Because for me, Keenan Allen's just too slow.
It's that. I mean, his plantar fasciitis can flare up at any time. Yeah, so that's always a lingering thing that some people don't really consider. But just overall in the toughest division, it was
by far.
It was clear as day. It's tough to get bounced around, but Packers were also did have the same divisional record of 1-5. So
last field goal away from going 0-6.
Exactly right
in the division, which is a tough thing.
So I mean, overall, it sounds like the locker room isn't in shambles. We're not getting reports of Eagles, almost like AJ Brown versus Jalen Hurts type deal.
No, and I liked what Ryan Poles said. Ryan Poles basically went on his press conference today and said, we did a lot of that. I think they completed all the exit interviews. That's why they kind of waited. And he said one common theme was, I feel a lot of players feel like the expectations were higher than what the progress should have been.
Yeah.
And I completely agree with that 100%. If the Bears came into the season without all that high-end expectations and they had this kind of a season, I think it'd feel a little bit better than where we're at right now.
The expectations from the media, expectations from just fans, the crowd, everybody in general. There was also just like the team itself was just walking around with almost like oof, look at it. All right, let's go. We the North. Like, let's do this. Take the North.
Waving to opposing teams.
So there was,
the game's not even over.
For a team that hasn't done anything in forever. So it was going to be tough coming out if this was the outcome, and here we are with the outcome of 5-12. So
I mean, I think it was a good season. You got your quarterback. You got pretty much your pick of any head coach, and then next year you got the last play schedule, which could really help out a young quarterback.
I don't know. That schedule doesn't look fantastic.
I'd have to double check. I have to take another look at it. But that's also the thing with them solidifying today that Ryan Poles is in.
Like that's stability. You got to let obviously it's not a head coach, but
somewhere on that idea that this new precedent being set of a coach coming in and they also bring in their new GM. Some coaches will be will not be I don't know.
Yeah,
But the Bears have
maybe.
been
Maybe.
from my understanding, the Bears have already thrown out 10 interview invitations.
Yeah, I think it's more than that. Actually,
Oh,
I
definitely.
think they
Oh,
picked
without
up
a doubt.
Joe Brady today.
Oh, I'm sure.
they picked up some.
It'll continue to go.
And we'll get into like later on. We'll get into the full prediction, but
Yeah.
just looking at next year's opponents, it's obviously the divisional
Yes.
Cowboys.
there's some easy
Cowboys,
games
Giants
here.
at home.
You got
Okay.
Could be
and
good.
the Saints at home.
Browns at home,
Steelers at home
at
is always a close game.
honestly the only really tough one there could be the Steelers, and we don't know who their quarterback will be next year.
Again, besides the divisional matchups.
Yes.
Depending on how CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott health-wise are feeling that
Away
day.
game.
Who's quarterback for the Giants? Because Malik
And then-
Neighbors, if he's got a good quarterback, look at what he did with
That's
Drew
true.
Lock.
Away
and
games
Tommy
are going to be
DeVito.
tough.
The
Who's
away
his
games,
quarterback, and then we'll see if Travis
You-
Hunter's
the
on
away
there.
games.
You might
Eagles,
go one win on
Eagles,
on the road.
Commanders, San Francisco, Baltimore, Cincy, and Oakland or LA or Las Vegas.
Wow.
That's
On
terrible.
the road again to San Fran?
Yes, I know.
That's okay. That's kind
sucks.
of interesting. I mean, there's maybe 2 games there.
There's
There's
really just the Raiders.
I think they. Could
It
get the
depends- it
Commanders.
depends when.
I think they
could.
could beat the Commanders.
They
It's a
were a Hail Mary away from beating them. I think they could get them.
It also depends when you play the Bengals.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
if that's-
true. If
if
you play them at the
that's-
end of the, if you play them at the
if
beginning of the
that's-
year,
if
you're
that's a-
good.
if
You're
that-
mint.
Yeah.
That's a week 1 game. That's a guaranteed win.
And then sidebar, I did love that. You're like, oh, Joe Burrow, this MVP numbers. And then one of my top comments that I saw was like, oh, with all these numbers, surely he could beat the team like the Patriots. Then they also said that game ruined everything for both of those teams. They eliminated the Bengals from the playoffs, and then they got the Patriots out of that number 1 overall pick. So
They would have traded down anyway.
yeah,
Really.
exactly. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got their QB.
they do.
Yeah, Joe Milton.
They got 2
They
QBs.
put his jersey in the Hall of Fame.
Dude, they did.
For what?
I don't know.
For what?
That was a great play, even though it
That's
didn't
true.
one
count.
play puts you in the Hall of Fame.
I say
Yeah.
why not?
That's,
Why not?
that's coming
do you-
from a Jets fan.
Do you want to like go down the line of Bears acquisitions from the year and kind of grade them?
Yeah, we can real quick.
I mean, obviously, Caleb, I'm giving him a B across the
B-minus.
board. Yeah, B minus, B minus. DeAndre Swift.
C plus.
Really? Yeah, I
Struggled to get the run game going, but when it was on, it was
Yeah.
on. He had that like couple week stretch.
That's also a big O line thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's more.
That's another thing.
41 yards away from 1,000, 6 rushing touchdowns, get a fumble.
Yeah, but a lot of those yards came from like a couple really big games, and then he had a lot of really bad ones. So
Yeah. I think he did have he had a nice little receiving touchdown. Yeah. Okay, so over 1,000 scrimmage yards with his 386 passing yards. Yeah. Yeah, they sure did. They sure did. Hey, Alex, that a boy. He's paying attention. Gerald Everett, which I didn't even know,
F didn't
completely
barely
fell
played.
off of the. Didn't
Barely
even,
played. Had
Yeah, I don't know why they signed him at all.
I don't know why they
Exactly.
didn't play him. Same thing with Cole Kmet. Like I don't
Keenan
know why.
Allen.
Late season.
I think
gives him a
expectations were too high on him.
Yeah, that extra credit towards the end when your teacher's like, yeah, you got a couple of late assignments. I'll give you the pass if you just get him in. And he's like, ooh, he got it done towards the
Yeah,
end.
he
So,
got, he
all
got like a high C.
right. Roma Dunze.
Just a C, just because I feel like he could have done a little bit more, but didn't really show it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because that late season stretch went to Keenan Allen, it takes a rookie wide receiver to get into it a little while. Look at Jalen McMillan. He was without Godwin from like week 11 on, and still it took him a couple weeks to get used to playing. Kind of with Roma Dunze.
Yeah, definitely. Mercedes Lewis.
He's just here for vibes.
He's just collecting a paycheck.
He's just here for vibes.
He's in year
He's
25,
vibes.
just collecting a paycheck.
Kevin Byard.
Massive leader. A.
Yeah, actually, I'm actually agree with you on that one. TJ Edwards.
I thought they brought him in last year.
Huh?
Did
Oh,
they
I
bring him
think,
last year?
yeah, maybe Tremaine Edmonds. Was
Yeah,
that not?
that was 2 years ago.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's pretty. The Bears didn't really do. They did crazy in the draft.
Technically, this is the first full year with Montez Sweat.
Yeah. Okay. See that him is hard because Ryan Poles even said in his press conference he was like he just takes so many double teams. It's hard to even.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure with
It's
some.
hard for him.
I'm sure there's some
value
advanced stat that
Oh, 100%. You know, those next vacancies in the NFL. Which head coach positions should be the cream of the crop for incoming head coaches and general managers. When we come back here on Low Blow Sports.
This is your home for sports. SportsTownChicago.com.
Joe's Hot Dogs has been around since 1953, but I promise it's not old news. You don't have to like hot dogs to like Joe's on Plainfield Road in Joliet. Italian beef, hot dogs, shakes, and sides. My family's had a relationship with Joe's Hot Dogs for 3 generations. Golden fries with a tad bit of salt and the perfect amount of crunch come in a bag as big as your hand. And that's just a small. For more on the menu, visit joeshotdogsjoliet.com, bringing that classic Chicago flavor to the suburbs. That's Joe's Hot Dogs across from CVS on Plainfield Road in Joliet.
At the football game, Jim shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He starts flexing for the camera. He refers to his muscles as gunboats. He screams, "How's this for a halftime show?" Jim streaks the field.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and Windy City News Radio.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Maybe that was money. Tell me that wasn't money.
Yo, check us out. We are the go-to guys. I'm your boy Space.
I'm your boy MC.
Check us out every Thursday
from 4 to 5 p.m.
We spitting all facts, all sports, all day.
Yes, sir. Who else you gonna go to in the clutch?
Lillard, long range 3, and it's good!
Keeping you up to date with all the latest sports news.
We are
the go-to guys.
Where else you gonna get all your sports news from?
You know,
SportsTownChicago.com.
St. Patrick's Day, the only day of the year that it's okay to not boo the Boston Celtics. I will show you mercy. SportsTownChicago.com.
We're back, boys. Here on Low Blow Sports. Scotty K, Nick Johnston, the Burke behind the screens. There's a lot of turmoil on Black Monday, and even today with another GM firing just 2 seasons after the Titans. GM getting fired, I think the first major shock, we can get into this one right off the bat, the Patriots one coming not an hour after beating the Bills.
Yeah, that's...
I don't know how much of a shock it was. I guess unexpected.
Timing-wise,
yes. Timing-wise, definitely. But with Mike Vrabel available,
it's kind of hilarious. When Robert Kraft said that, he goes, "This was the toughest decision I've ever
made." You made up your mind a month ago.
Same thing. How is it the toughest decision if you made it not an hour after your season ended?
Yeah, probably didn't even get off the field.
He was just waiting to hire Mike Vrabel. That's all he wanted.
He just goes. He goes in the locker room and is like, "Guys,
that's what I'm
guys,
thinking.
a great season,
Jared. Congrats on the win.
You're fired, bro.
Congrats on the win.
I'm thinking. God, go ahead.
I think it's Vrabel. Like, it's not even.
It's Vrabel or nothing for.
They're already getting
that's fair. It's fair.
I'm sure
he's the ideal Patriots head coach because why? He was a Patriots player. I mean, he's like the ideal coach for them.
I think he's going to the best spot too.
Yes,
they got that.
Out of anyone,
you already got your rookie quarterback. You got the 3rd overall pick, $130 million in cap space.
Yeah, they have.
They got all that cap space too.
That's a great spot.
They have the most by like an extra $20 million or something like that.
You trade that draft Travis Hunter, trade that 3rd overall pick, bring back another 2 first-rounders, go spend on O-line, get a receiver,
and that's what I'm kind of.
I thought they have 2 Patriots.
2.
No, I thought they have 2.
Titans,
the Giants had 3.
Titans, Browns, Pats.
Oh.
Oh no, yeah, Pats.
And the only drawback really with,
or maybe they have 4, but either way, 3, 4.
Well, yeah. The only drawback would probably be with the offense is just there's no one really like there besides Drake May, and I guess Ramondre Stevenson, who he fumbles the ball all the time though. Antonio Gibson's decent, but that's not your savior. Exactly. So
you got all that money. I don't even know
there is but again, the money allows you to be like, okay, let's open up the wallet. Let's be the Patriots again.
Tyreek Hill just requested a trade.
Have the Patriots really ever been known as that team that's going to break the bank at free agency? I feel
not on the offensive side. I feel like they did it on the defensive side. Didn't they?
Well,
do
no, because they had
like
they
Vince
didn't need
Wilfork?
to. They just needed like average guys, and Brady was just like, you're open.
I feel like that could be if
The
you
only
got
thing
all
was
that money,
Randy
that's a
Moss.
prime spot for T. Higgins.
Yeah,
I'm thinking T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill just requested a trade.
You're not gonna get him from Miami.
You're not gonna get him from Miami, but like,
that Tyreek Hill, that was.
Although apparently he met with with Greer today, and he did not request a trade. So
yet,
no,
Yeah.
like in their meeting today.
So
Not yet.
I got 5 right here between the Saints, the Jets, the Jags, the Bears, and the Patriots.
Okay.
What would be your top 5 in order from 5
okay,
to
I
1?
think the Pats are 1.
Pats are number
I think
1.
the Pats are 1 for me.
I would hold on. Can we break them down first? Like, I'd like to know like the caps. Like, does it say like the cap space? and that?
Not from what I'm looking at, but I'm sure we could find all that.
Okay. Because I'd like to, because like the Jags, I know they got some cap space. I know the Jets. Are they?
I think the Jets are honestly the worst spot. They got
really.
They got the Rodgers contract to do, the Adams contract with 7th.
Yeah, but Adams could be
overall
gone,
pick.
though.
You still got money on the books. I would go Pats, Jaguars, probably Saints, and then the Bears are last just
Hold
because
on.
how tough that division is.
I'm not putting the Jaguars in the top 3.
So obviously,
I just think that's such a weak division.
cap
that you
space. New England is number 1. They'll have 133. 133 million. Excuse me. You like 2. We said this.
Just in
Negative
cap.
80 million.
fine,
They're
that's
in
true.
cap.
So I'll go because I think
Saints are last. Why would you want to go to the Saints? You don't have cap.
I think
There's
it's
not a
I think
great
it's
pick there.
Pats,
Everyone's
Jags
getting
are
older.
1 and 2.
Everyone's old.
I think
Everyone's old.
I think Bears are 3 just because that division is so tough. Because you're not going to win that division for the next 5 years.
Jets are 21st with 27 million.
So I'll go Pats, Jags, Bears, Jets, Saints. in that
Jags
order.
18 with 42 million.
I think the AFC South is just such a weak division.
Yes, but
Bears
I'm
are
not putting the
5th
Jags
with
up
83
there
million.
because I don't know if you saw what I sent you about Shaq Khan. Taking a piece out of Tony Khan's playbook. He says on a Zoom call.
They're all horrible.
On a
With the
Zoom
GM.
call with the GM in there, says if a head coach wants to fire the GM and gives me the right proposition and right plan, then I'd fire the GM.
Yeah.
The GM was in the call.
Yeah. Basically sitting right next to
Are
him.
you stupid?
Coming from a head coach's perspective, like I'll be fine with
I
that.
don't
No, that's
stupid.
coming from the owner. Yes, from the head coach.
No, that's what I'm saying. This is head
But
coach spots. We're
But
not.
the owner is saying that he would maybe fire his
owners are
GM
dumb.
right in front of his GM.
That's a GM problem.
That's terrible.
That's
an organizational hazard right there.
look at the organizations you're dealing with here.
He said
you got
if
the Jaguars.
the plan makes sense.
You're saying the Jaguars horrible run that organization. Jets horrible run organization. The Bears aren't really that great either.
No.
Mm-mm.
The Saints are in cap hell for.
Yeah, but they're a good
For-
run organization.
They are,
wise.
but cap hell for years. Who's your quarterback? You're stuck, and like the 15th pick,
the Rizzler Rattler.
Mm-hmm.
and then the Pats are probably the easy number 1.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, I would go Saints last. I mean, just because what are you going to do at quarterback? Maybe Jet. I say Jets 4th and Jags 3rd because you have Trevor Lawrence, you have Brian Thomas Jr. You have a couple good pieces. They're all good.
Travis Etienne, like
That is an issue. That is an issue. You draft Travis Etienne Jr. and Tank Bigsby, and you don't know which one to start or go
I
with.
think the problem is all the money they give to Trevor Lawrence. That's like their one.
Yeah,
bad
that
thing.
is their
And
only
the
sinking hole.
expectations. That's
Yeah.
why I'm
But-
putting the Jags so low. Because
But they're Division.
I don't know. It's expectation.
Season. They can't win the division against a fleeting Texans.
Go
team.
like if I'm Ben Johnson and I see these teams, I'm looking at the Jaguars first because that division is so weak.
No.
Pat's job is already gone. Bears, he's not going to a division rival unless they pay him more than he deserves.
He apparently only wants the Bears job. He's going to interview otherwhere, but
he's
he's
interviewing with the Jags. He's not interviewing with the Jets. That shows he wants the Jags job. He's not going to interview unless he doesn't want the job. He didn't interview with the Saints. Didn't interview with the Jets. He wants one of those 3 jobs.
I just
and
think
if he wants to win the division, go to the team with your quarterback in place, a wide receiver 1 in place, 2 good running backs in place, and a really bad division. Titans were the worst team in the league last year. That's 2 wins. If you just get a good offensive play caller, and he is the best offensive play caller.
That defense is nothing. That
Fix it
defense
up.
is nothing.
Fix it up.
And Ben Johnson is not the answer to fix that defense. Bringing in that kind of play, then you're going to end up with the University of Miami, or even if you want to look at the Miami Dolphins, that high-powered offense. They have no defense.
They have defense. It's just old and bad.
Hurt.
And
They're just hurt. Yeah. You get that kind of situation. You get Green Bay, like they have such a good offense with Jordan Love and all those guys, but their defense is awful. You get
it's not
You
great, but
get the Lions defense of last year. Their safeties couldn't cover anything. That's what you're going to get.
What pick do the Jags have? Like 6?
I think they're past the Bears, aren't they?
If that's the case, then
no, they're ahead of the Jags.
They are?
They're
No, I thought they were past
they're 5th overall.
Oh,
5th overall. You draft Mason Graham or Abdul Carter. That's an instant pass rush. Helps you out.
I don't know if they need pass rush though. I think they need.
I think the first step fixing defense,
secondary help.
Safety's not really that important. You need pass rush is the most important thing in the league. Abdul Carter was unblockable in college.
Yeah, but 3 games against them. So did Ridley.
So you'll sign it.
So I don't know. And so I'm trying to. I think it's a little bit more offensive wise.
I know. DJ Reed's a free agent. That's a good corner.
Yeah.
That's a good underrated corner.
Yeah, from the Chiefs. I forgot his name. He'll be up there.
No, he's also hard.
Oh, what?
I will say this. I would actually put his number 2, and then I'd put the Jags there for all those reasons that I just said. I think the Bears is probably a better looked at job just because I feel like a coach is going to look at that team and think just a piece away from there. He may think nicer. I don't think a piece away from. I think coaches are going to look that way, and I don't think so. I think they need a overhaul in certain areas.
It depends because I don't think Ben Johnson goes to a division rival. I just don't think it happens. I think he loves and respects Dan Campbell too much to.
Why not?
I don't know.
Yeah, why? That doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think it matters that much.
That does not matter.
It matters to some people. It might matter to him.
I think it matters more for players than it does coaches.
Yeah.
It depends on the person, really. But I feel like the Dan Campbell mentality is there's no way I'm going to a division rival.
Oh, that's not.
No, that's not the Dan.
I don't know. Maybe he will. I don't know.
Sort of way.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think the Bears job is it's going to be should be highly sought after. Top market, obviously. It's going to be a tough division for a little while, but that really shouldn't matter, especially. And again, if you're Ben Johnson, if you're leaving, you should probably feel responsible for a couple of wins. So if you're leaving, you're probably taking away a couple wins for the Lions,
true.
giving them to the Bears.
And depending on how are the Vikings going to be next year, because who are they going to choose?
That's
quarterback?
true,
JJ
too.
McCarthy, if you want to go with him, he hasn't stepped a foot on an NFL yet. On an NFL field.
It's honestly that's better for
Jordan Love. Honestly, unless he's in Toyota-thon, is not the best quarterback, and maybe they cancel it.
Where would the Giants job be if Brian Dable was fired?
I think it'd be low down. I think it
Yeah.
It's better than the Jets, worse than the Jaguars. It's like in that area.
It's that whole organization is also horrible.
Yes.
Like
I don't know if
Joe
you,
Schoen isn't really doing anything.
It got a big pop out of me. The idea of you got Malik Neighbors, who seems to be quarterback proof.
That's about all they got.
If you draft Travis Hunter there at 3, I mean, if you want to throw him a wide receiver, if you have Malik Neighbors and Travis Hunter,
I'd like to add
as your
one more.
weapons.
Where would you put the Colts if they have fired Steichen? Which they said that they're not. They're going to keep both of them. Where would you put that job at?
Yeah, I think Ben Johnson would like that. I think AR is just so.
That's the thing.
There's a lot
hard.
to work with there.
It's hard.
They are just locked on Anthony Richardson, but he just cannot stay healthy.
I think if you
He also
find
can't
a player,
throw 10 completions in a game. So.
That's again back to the weak division argument, but it just seems as though they're kind of in that like where they're solid. There's some solid pieces, but a weak defense.
So around,
if you
basically
think
where your Giants.
if
job
you
is gonna
think
be.
you could fix him, like if Liam Cohen or Cliff Kingsbury thinks like I could fix
I
him,
think
that could
Cliff
be
that guy.
that
if
could be
they
up
were to
there.
go.
That could be really up there.
Yeah.
I think actually Cliff might be the best option for the Jaguars
No, yeah, that could be the case.
because that Cardinals defense when he was there was not terrible.
They just released their interview list, but
Because that defense was not terrible when he was there.
Yeah.
Was not that bad.
Also, I'm gonna be interested to see when college coaches interview.
breaking news: Antonio Pierce fired.
Really?
Just got fired.
Wow.
Just happened.
All right.
So that there goes our rankings.
That's actually pretty huge.
There
too.
goes our rankings.
So
Yeah.
exactly that.
All right, where are you putting the
15
Raiders? Because
minutes.
Brock Bowers is sick, bro. I think it's got to be the exact same as the Giants, to be honest, because Brock Bowers and Malik Neighbors are the exact same. It's that exact same kind of offense. They don't have a running back. Neither do the Giants. They have that one key receiver. They got that one key receiver.
No, because Jacoby Myers is a good too.
Nah. He's their number one receiver.
Yeah, but like second option, I'm saying.
No.
Is it crazy to give Brock Bowers Rookie of the Year? I want to give him.
I want to give him Rookie of the Year.
I want to give him Rookie of the Year.
I want to give him Rookie of the Year, and I'll stand on that hill. We'll finish talking about this when we come back because we got to get into some other playoff stuff. So we'll talk about all that and more here on Low Blow Sports.
This is your home for sports.
Red left.
SportsTownChicago.com.
Take that exit and get to the Southern Cafe, home of the Nasty Biscuit on Roselle Road in Roselle. Get over there and try the chicken fried chicken biscuit made with the Southern Cafe's house-made drop biscuit with buttermilk chicken fried chicken smothered in country gravy, topped with shredded cheddar and crumbled hickory smoked bacon. I always say that when you go to the Southern Cafe, you come out with 2 meals with a heaping amounts of food they serve you in every meal. I love to go to a place with outdoor seating. The Southern Cafe has a great outdoor seating area to help social distance, and I get to enjoy my breakfast outdoors. Open 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. to give you plenty of time to grab an amazing breakfast or lunch. Now get your butt over to the Southern Cafe on Roselle Road.
Hello?
It's Speed Walking Day.
Dorothy? You're breaking up.
Did I mention we'd be slowing down when we pass the court where those fine brothers play ball?
I heard that.
Reduce your risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Get active, eat right, and maybe even run into Mr. Right. Isn't sisterhood beautiful? For more information, go to everydaychoices.org. Brought to you by the American Cancer Society, the American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, the Ad Council, and this station.
Alert! Alert! Be gone, maxed out credit cards, overdue loans, suffocating interest rates, and relentless collection agencies. If your credit rating is making you and others around you cringe, there's only one thing to do, and that's to turn to the professionals at Creative Credit Solutions. Even if your credit is less than perfect, we'll help you get back on track. You can do it, and we can help. Call today or visit creativecreditsolutions.net for your free credit check report.
Blow the whistle on SportsTownChicago.com. Mondays and Fridays from 2 to 3 p.m. as we talk NFL.
The game plan was really sound.
It's a quarterback league. It has been. It still is.
Franchise-defining quarterbacks.
College football.
Will Jim Harbaugh make it through the season as Michigan's head coach?
Some more Big Ten talk.
And here's some things you wouldn't expect.
I would have never expected that.
Get all of that and more on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
Kobe, coaches are getting fired left and right, and you're playing joyous music like we're at the circus. What are you doing over there?
Okay, if I knew he was going to be fired, I would have had like sad trumpets going.
He had the sad. He had
Okay.
the sad music to open up last segment, so
Yeah.
it's kind of we're
it was
switching it
kinda
up.
there, but like,
I
we
didn't
just had
know.
a hot, fresh new one, and he was like, dude.
But it's
Okay,
all in the
think about it. You're thinking about it the wrong way. A job just opened up for someone.
Exactly.
Celebrate.
But a job just
New-
ended for someone.
New beginnings.
A job
New
just ended
beginnings.
for someone.
Which could be
So,
it could
New
be a
beginnings.
headache. It could have been hard on his health.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the head coaching can age you. Probably like
It's
the
a mental.
presidency.
You want to be happy. You know.
yeah, that's why Bill
Be
Belichick
happy.
at the age of 66 is going back
He's
to doing it.
he's doing just
Yeah,
fine.
he's got like a 15-year-old girlfriend. Like he's fine.
no, he's
he's
not that young.
20. She's like 22.
Okay.
Like 22.
There you go. That's how you
22.
fix that.
Not bad.
Yes, you're bad. That's very bad.
Allegedly.
No, not even allegedly. No. The ideas of Kobe Burke are not related to or connected to that.
I don't like Bill Belichick a lot, if you can't tell.
Oh my goodness.
He ruined my childhood.
Yes, I could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That does
Yeah.
make sense. Oh my goodness.
I hope North Carolina goes 0-13, whatever, next year.
Yeah, North Carolina.
That would be great. For
Kobe
me.
doesn't have a college team. Maybe it's actually North Carolina.
Yeah, Duke.
Oh, there
Yeah,
we go.
there we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can be a Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Cooper
you go.
Flag. First overall.
I mean, I know we'll get to it, but I mean, kind of sidebar. I have yet to be able to talk about Bill Belichick as head coach, and it's been obviously forever ago now since he's been hired.
I'm talking about coach. Just go ahead.
I don't really think it's going to work out.
I don't get it.
I don't think it's going to work out as best as we all thought. I mean, he's going to have to go in there and start recruiting. And I know some people are going to fall into his lap, but it's also the idea of, like you just said, he's a 70-year-old man. How is he going to relate to these 18-year-olds?
65. I mean, like, bro,
Close enough.
How
Like, it's
are
the
you
same.
going to relate to these college kids and say, come to North Carolina, a school that's has never won a national championship, never even competed for one, has had two quarterbacks really come out of in the last 10 years. One of them is a complete
College football playoff has expanded, and like now you see all these teams that can get in there. Like, and if Arizona State's on the table, like that's going to be enticing for some people to go there for whatever reason. So I don't think
SMU,
that
Boise State.
I don't think he has as much pull as maybe he thinks he does. Like,
I
it was a
think
good, fun conversation.
Pac-12 is going to get bigger in 2026, and after that, people.
I just think it was like he
there.
wanted a job in the NFL, and no one wanted him. So he's like, "All right, I'll go to college."
Yeah,
I think that's just the most logical.
And then some people said like, oh, they either want to do it without Tom Brady or
And then
just do it in a different realm or something.
North Carolina
like that.
just
Either
gave
way.
him the most money.
I think
it's probably
so.
just what
I think
happens.
that's exactly right.
Could be. I do want to just point out that they fired their head coach who was 64 and decided, let's get younger. Let's get a 65-year-old to be our head.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, the 64-year-old is going to be 65 eventually. Let's just get a 65-year-old. let's just figure this out now. Come on.
Yeah.
You get
Fair,
older, you get
Carolina.
wiser. Let's just jump a year. Let's
We got that Jordan sponsorship. We're good. We're good. We got all the money from Mr.
See, the
Michael.
Patriot way in college is never going to work.
That too. I mean, again, all these guys that
Never
are going to
gonna
be
work.
playing
It's
for you were born before, like
Before Tom Brady won
after
his first
your,
title.
He's going to
no,
have
after your
17-year-olds coming in to at like 4 a.m. to like work out.
Yeah,
It's not happening. It's not happening.
going to happen, and it's
No.
just not going to work. I mean, Kirby Smart doesn't really run his program great in Georgia. There's too many DUIs and
Okay, but that's
reckless driving. But you're going to tell me you're going to get the complete opposite with North Carolina? No, you're not. You got to get the
okay,
happy
but also
medium.
like it's North Carolina. Like he's not in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
True.
there's a reason James Harden goes there every week. You know, they don't have. I don't think they probably don't have that in North Carolina.
Yeah, I guess
Fair
so.
enough.
So yeah, we just had another firing, Antonio Pierce. We were talking about it off. Little weird decision coming out because of the fact that they were in the same position, 2 years ago, and they ended up not taking him on as their interim turned head coach. They decided not to take him on, get a new head coach. They fire him, bring on Antonio Pierce. He ends up getting that opportunity, and then just a year later, gone.
Yeah, interesting route, and I this maybe it's his mouth that got him into trouble or something like that, or I
He
don't
just
know.
tells it like it is.
Exactly right. Then some people just don't like that, and
Yeah, true.
that could be the case. So, it was with the Raiders. It was kind of a tough from the word go when you're dealing with a conversation of who's going to be our starter, Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell. It wasn't that's a tough one. Didn't really have a run game from the from the get go. Zamir White didn't pan out at all like us fantasy managers probably wanted to. But overall, yeah, just the offense was feeble. But you got a star, star in Brock Bowers. And again, you're playing the Chiefs twice. You're playing the Chargers, who are on the up and up now,
especially defensively,
and the Broncos.
All three of these teams making the playoffs.
I think whoever they take is just going to be like a 1 year thing. Tank for Arch Manning or Garrett Nussmeier. Just end up down there because quarterbacks this year, there's one.
Then if you're going to do that, why not just keep Antonio Pierce? Those exit interviews must have been very bad.
Yeah,
they must have been very bad because. Like you look at the Bears, you look at I don't want to keep bringing it back to them, but you look at how they reacted to Thomas Brown, and they loved him. He seemed like a very, player-oriented guy, was like, and there must have not been any of that for the Raiders in their exit interviews, because that's a very late discussion. I mean, we're getting it at almost 3:00 on Tuesday.
I just feel like
almost
it's like
2 days are removed after their season ended, and now they fire him.
Get your coach, get a new coach in the building, and see if he has something different.
Yeah.
Because Antonio Pierce, players loved him. 4-13, you're not going to stay in the NFL very long, regardless of who you have to work with.
True.
So get a new coach, get a new game plan, see if something changes. And if it doesn't, you got a bunch of QBs coming in next year. It's a way better draft class than it is this year.
I think Pierce finds a new job, not a new head coaching job, but he'll be a DC like we were saying off air, right?
Do the Todd Bowles route.
Yeah, that could be the case, and he could eventually find himself as a head coach once again. I wouldn't be surprised.
Or Dan Quinn. And speaking of those two, they find themselves against each other in the wild card round. Let's get into these wild card matchups.
There we go.
There's some pretty good ones. There's some pretty easy ones, and I feel very bad for the Texans that they got 4:30 on Saturday.
That's their tradition, don't you understand? It's like 8 years.
You want prime time, but you can't have it. You get 4:30 on Saturday.
Good. They've been playing like dog water.
Yeah, they were like the worst playoff team, really.
Yeah, no, honestly, if I'm the Chargers, I'm excited to play the Texans.
Yeah, you get the first game, you get your win out of the way, and then you get to just watch playoff football.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting matchup.
Just looking at it stat-wise, Caleb Williams had a better year than C.J. Stroud.
He did. After he did that little brother thing.
But also, I just want to point out C.J. Stroud.
After that little brother thing, including those games.
I just want to point out Caleb Williams had all three of his receivers the entire season. So, kind of can't really, put it
Yeah,
same
and
conversation.
Aaron Rodgers also got an all-pro wide receiver in the middle, and look at what he did after he joined.
When this isn't about
are
Aaron
you really
Rodgers,
the
though?
quarterback guru back there?
I'm just saying,
500
Caleb Williams.
touchdowns. Woo!
Woo!
That's actually very impressive.
See, they fired their head coach.
I'm so sad to see Rodgers leave, man. I've always loved Rodgers. I know he's been terrible to us, but
the Raiders are keeping Tom Telesco for some reason.
Okay,
no, that's fair.
Yeah, Chargers on the road. They're favored by 3. I think this is the right line. The Chargers they should win this game. I feel like they're the better team. Both head coaches are solid. I like DeMeco Ryans, and obviously Jim Harbaugh has been just what a great, impressive return to the NFL. Just every time he's come back or been starting a new head coaching job, he's done very well. So, good job on him.
What do you think is the most entertaining of these games?
Of all these matchups,
probably Commanders matchups. Eagles. I feel like would be.
No, they're playing Tampa. They're on the road against
Are
Tampa.
They?
Eagles got the
Bucks.
Packers.
Oh, Eagles Bucks. Is it? No, that was
Commanders. It's Commanders Bucks. It's Eagles and Green Bay, which I think that could be.
Yeah, Commanders Bucks is going to be. Commanders Bucks.
It's Eagles.
Jalen Hurts is still in concussion protocol, and Jordan Love is going to be dealing with an injury.
Okay,
Saquon's going to go crazy that game. We all.
You can only hope so. Yeah, it'd be
I only hope so. If you're
Josh Jacobs versus Barkley. I think
Commanders Bucks is going to be a great game.
Yeah, that'll be a high scoring affair. They got Bucks by 3.5 right now.
That's going to be an all around great game because those are two good defenses going up against two good offenses.
Two good old football teams.
I think what's going to be the most chaotic game is going to be Vikings Rams because it's literally just two offenses.
That's what I was going to get to, and I don't know. Sam Darnold looked like he was back to seeing ghosts on Sunday night.
Yeah.
He couldn't find a wide open Jordan Addison on multiple times.
He lost like $100 million last night.
Oh, yeah.
8 passes.
He tried to have that Matt Flynn type of game, and it turned out terrible.
Yeah, that one drive, that 8 passing attempts, all within the 10. Couldn't get it done. I mean, that's just.
Then again, I think if I'm a Vikings fan, I'd rather have that game in this instant than in the playoffs.
Yeah, this will still be a very kind of a neutral site game. There's no one really like a Rams fan. SoFi is kind of fake.
No, but like
There's gonna be a big purple army there.
comparative to the Chargers, like the Rams don't need to have fake actors show up to be fans.
True.
No, they got the Hollywood factor. They'll do the people.
Are we gonna get the Chargers lady in the Chargers game?
100%. She's gonna
Probably
show up.
industry plan.
She's gonna.
The Ravens.
plan.
Who do they got again?
Steelers.
Yeah, the Steelers.
That's such a weird.
See, that's
matchup
always a
because,
close
like,
game.
Yes, and it should be a good game, but like, gosh,
The
that
line-
Steelers
You
team
look at
looks
it.
Awful.
You look
Line
at it.
doesn't reflect that.
You look at it and you're like, oh, Ravens by 15, and then they play and it's like the weirdest score ever. It's like 16-15 every single time.
I mean the Steelers just haven't been playing up to their tempo, up to their speed.
Does anyone want to make the case that maybe you should have went with Justin Fields rather than Russell Wilson?
No, not at all.
You don't think so?
No.
I think George Pickens should catch the ball. I think
George Pickens should definitely that last play against the Bengals. That wasn't on Russell Wilson.
like that was
right
like
on
that's
the
like
numbers
the more important thing.
to Freiermuth. That was all Freiermuth's fault.
True.
So I have no problem giving Russell Wilson the ball. He's been doing great. So I don't care. That's
if George Pickens catches those 3 balls, that's like another 100 yards.
Yeah,
Like it's,
I guess.
I think the only one that's just like Bills are just going to get in there and steamroll until they get to the AFC Championship. It's going to be Denver.
No,
Thanks for
who
coming
would,
out.
Who would they get? Oh wait, no, they just do it by seeding, so they end up with the lowest. I forgot.
No, Bill. It's going to be Bills and Broncos. Bills by 8.5 right now.
see, Bills Ravens divisional round.
If
that'll
that's
be
the
that'll be a
case,
great game.
That's gonna be
That'll be a great game.
yeah.
Can that seed that way? I would have to.
Yeah, they're the 2 and the 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
2 and 3.
So, and then the Chiefs would get the lowest seed. So,
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know that for some reason, just I feel like that game isn't going to be all Bills like everyone thinks it is. As much as I don't like Bo Nix, I don't think it's Bo Nix that steps up. I do think it's the Broncos defense that steps up against them.
Yeah, but I think it's a rookie quarterback in his first ever playoff game.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. But I think the defense in the game.
I mean,
don't think this is like a 3-possession.
It's a game
4-possession
in
game.
Buffalo in the dead of winter. There's going to be 7 feet of snow. It's not going to be a high
James
scoring
Cook
game.
is coming. He's had a solid year throughout.
This is a James Cook kind of game. Kirk.
So
True.
This is Josh Allen 3 rushing touchdowns game.
It really is.
He's gonna take all the touchdowns because he
Yeah.
always does.
Probably is. There's a lot. There are some. This is probably.
there's so many
solid
storylines. Yeah.
Playoff matchup. There's other than maybe that Broncos game. I'm maybe like on that side of maybe I don't see it that way, but I think there's no game that's like a clear meh. They just should steamroll them. There's no. Why are they even in the playoffs? This isn't like the college football playoff where people are complaining that teams like SMU and other teams should even get in. I don't think you're getting that this year with any of these teams.
I don't know. Again, with just Ravens, I think the Ravens just have a different mindset right now. Steelers are not up to their
Yeah,
standard.
they've
right
lost
now.
like 4 straight.
Yeah.
We'll give our full predictions when we come back.
Sports is like life. SportsTownChicago.com.
What's up, Chicago? If you're ever, and I mean ever, out looking for good urban food 24/7, come down to White Palace Grill, located 1159 South Canal Street in Chicago. White Palace Grill is open 365 days a year since 1939. I personally love the steak and egg dinner, but whether you like burgers for breakfast, steak for lunch, or French toast for dinner, White Palace is the place for you. The diner is a 24-hour urban oasis. Come now, come later. Hey, come now and later. We never close at White Palace Grill, located 1159 South Canal Street in Chicago. Visit us at whitepalace.com or order with Uber Eats or Grubhub anytime, any day.
Daddy, when you look at me, I could see your wheels turning. About what am I going to be when I grow up? A Major League First baseman? Maybe a point guard for a national champ.
The odds of a child becoming a professional athlete are 1 in 16,000. Far-fetched? Maybe. But did you know the odds of a child being diagnosed with autism are 1 in 166? That's right, 1 in 166. To learn the signs of autism, go to autismspeaks.org. Barbers.org. Brought to you by
Barbers and Stylists in Plainfield, Illinois. I go there when I have an important event, date, or I just want to look good. The straight razor shave will have you looking fresh and smooth. Lux Barbershop is open 7 days a week. Go to Lux Barbershop for the finest barbers, stylists, braiders, and massage therapists in the southern suburbs. Check out all their daily deals on Facebook, Instagram, and luxbarbershop.com.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive. I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
The Chicago Dogs are back on SportsDownChicago.com. Tune in to the season opener against the Sioux City Explorers, Friday, May 28th at Impact Field in Rosemont. First pitch at 7:05 p.m. Hear all the action right here on SportsDownChicago.com.
It's wild card weekend, boys. We got a lot of games to predict. A lot of storylines to talk about. Let's get into it. Nick's got the lines
Prime.
for us. No, it's not.
They're all on Prime except for the Monday night game.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't think.
No, I think it's just Ravens Steelers. No.
I'm gonna double
These
check.
are CBS and Fox. I don't
Yeah,
know- I
there's
don't know
no
where you're
way it's
getting-
just on Prime.
All right. Your subscription's ready.
Jeff Bezos got money, but he doesn't have playoff game money. He does not have
He
7
doesn't
playoff
have
games.
The whole playoff
Yeah.
money.
Pretty sure he does.
I don't know. I think it's on Fox.
Oh, Paramount. I'm sorry, Paramount Plus and CBS for the Saturday
Yeah,
for the Saturday game. Prime for the night game. Sunday CBS, Paramount Plus, Fox, and NBC Peacock. Okay, I was wrong.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
I was
let's
lied
get
to.
it.
I was
No,
lied
you're
to.
fine,
My
you're fine, Nick.
apologies.
We're all lied to at some
Okay.
stage of our life. So, Nick, let's get into some lines here.
Again, Chargers on the road. They are favored by 3. Totals 42.5 against the Houston Texans in NRG Stadium.
That 42 is tempting.
It
Go
is.
over.
To go over?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Where are you leaning the other way?
I mean, always with the. I don't know about the totals are tough just because they're playoff minding and playoff intel. You know, some coaches just don't have the same game.
Yeah,
They
true.
switch up the game
Especially
plans.
a Harbaugh-led team,
Yeah,
2 defensive coaches.
I think some
maybe.
teams go more conservative in the playoffs.
Exactly.
I feel like
right.
the Texans are going to be one of them.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Jim Harbaugh has won championships. I feel like he's going to.
Yeah, you've convinced me. Yeah, I'm going with that under with you.
I would. I mean, again, I'm on the side of just I'm not even going to touch it. Just 'cause,
okay.
yeah. I mean, maybe it might. A lot of these I probably would lean under. I just personally wouldn't just take them anyway.
Okay.
So I do like the line for the Chargers. I do like that 3. Maybe even bump it down half a point just to give me the 2.5.
Yeah, just to get that.
Just if they do
hook.
win by a. Yeah, I don't want to push. So I like
Pushes
the
on
Chargers.
wins.
Yeah, I like the Chargers. I like the way that the game plan is, and then Justin Herbert to Lad McConkey right now is something to watch. So that's absolutely something
Just
for sure.
Herbert to Will Disley for some reason.
Yeah.
It's like premier. And
We'll just see if CJ Stroud can get back to I guess rookie CJ Stroud. How often do you
I
say
just don't
that?
think that's not going to happen in a playoff game. Like it'd be great for them if they do. I just don't think you struggle all year and then playoffs. You're just
You're just there.
you just up MVP for him.
Especially with the way Joe Mixon's playing, like there's no supplemental help there. I mean, he's under 50 rushing yards for the last 6 games. It feels like.
Yeah.
The
He's
only
just
thing
not on a good track right now.
The only thing going for the Texans is that it's a home game for them. That's
Yeah,
the only
that's
thing
honestly
they
the
got.
only thing going.
I mean,
and that stadium in the playoffs is a.
It'll be
very
great.
good
I just don't
environment.
think they're up to par.
If I had the pick of the litter, if I'm one team in this playoff, I would want to play the Texans right now.
I think they're easily the worst team.
Yeah,
easily.
Limping into these playoffs, it's tough. And I think you're right, Kobe. The only thing that they got going for them is it's a home game. It's a home game for them. So
Fair. I think we're all on accordance
yeah.
there.
So Saturday night it is Steelers and Ravens. Baltimore are favored by 10. 43.5 is the total at M&T Bank Stadium.
10.
Yes.
I saw a stat. They
Playoff
showed a
game.
stat on Sunday. Steelers are like 0-6 in the last 6 playoff games.
The Steelers are 0-6. Yeah.
Like they're not gonna
Some people are on the side of does Mike Tomlin just check out as soon as he gets a positive?
He kind of does. He really does.
He's like, yeah.
They were like 10. They were like 10-5, and he just gave up.
I mean, honestly, he just gave up on the team. He was like, "Oh, we overperformed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
games.
He gets that 9th
couple
win.
sports books they
and
got
he
him at 9, but 10 is the almost the average.
He got that 9th win. He was like, job done.
Yeah, I agree with Kobe that like maybe this could be one of those NFC North like really close games. Just don't see it that way. I
7 safeties, only field goals. Like it's always Ravens and
7
Steelers.
safeties, only field goals.
Like it's always the Ravens and Steelers. Like they always come up with some insane game script that you would never see on a normal Sunday.
I don't know. I feel like maybe Lamar got that off filter with trying to beat Steelers or just getting rid of the, like everyone keeps saying the black. That's always our buddy Grant's go to the black magic, the dark magic that is surrounding the
Steelers. He got
Steelers.
that playoff chip on his shoulder, and I don't think the Steelers are the team that would.
I mean,
help him
they
get
beat
that
the
chip
Ravens
off.
like 18-14 with just field goals.
Yeah. If we're focusing on just the
it's
number,
only the Ravens and Steelers when this happens.
if I'm focused on just the spread right now, I'm still gonna go with that narrative that I set up of like the Ravens are just gonna want to plow through teams, but I do see a scenario with maybe the Steelers backdoor cover on a 10.
Yes.
So I could go with a +10 and be fine. But again, I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens just roll through them and beat by 20.
True.
So going into Sunday now, we have Broncos and Bills. Let me switch over to the other one. Broncos, Bills. Bills favored by 8.5. 46.5 is the total at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. No weather. 32 degrees is currently the.
It's gonna snow like it always does.
It
says no weather.
They say no
They're
weather.
They're gonna wake up.
Just a day before. We'll be like, this game may not even play.
They're gonna wake up. They're gonna get the entire city of Buffalo to the
Do you remember that
snow.
one year when they had to play on the Tuesday?
Yeah, because it was so bad.
Because it was just that snow.
It's just Buffalo.
They had one of the
in winter.
lightning, one of those snowstorms that had lightning. So yeah,
They're gonna
They got the best of both worlds over there.
They're gonna get their fans to do their shoveling for them like they always do.
Oh yeah,
$40 in a soup
for like $5.
No bad seat in that house though.
Yeah, exactly.
They get $5 and like a Bud Light to shovel snow for the entire day, and they're like, "Oh, I love Josh Allen. I'll do it."
I can't put down the cup. It's a shovel. No, I'm on that with how Saturday night might end with the Ravens just steamrolling the team. The Bills will probably end up doing the same. It's nothing against the Broncos. I think they've had a solid. The Bills are just on a different.
I mean,
level
the
right
Broncos got pass rush. I think if any team could like keep Josh Allen in place, it's them.
Yeah,
but it's not going to be enough. I don't think.
No, I would agree with that. Let's flip over to the NFC.
Packers, Eagles.
Here's my one where I think like that could. I think I would rather play the Packers than I would the other team.
Eagles
right
by
in my
half.
opinion.
44.5 is the total.
See, I think the thing with the Packers is Jordan Love could just turn into prime Aaron Rodgers, and it
still Toyotathon.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
They beat the Cowboys in the wild card 40-15 last year.
No,
like
there's
it's
no way it's not.
I think it still is until I don't know. I'm actually not sure. Like Jordan Love just has these random games where he just throws for 350 and I think games.
Toyota. Okay, hold on. Toyotathon. Actually, no.
All right, I'm playing the Packers. If I had to pick of the litter to pick who I want to play, I'd pick the Packers.
I mean, Christian Watson just tore his ACL, so I kind of
Kenny Pickett. Life on the line, world on the line, final shot. Give me Kenny Pickett.
Malik Willis.
Yeah.
No, I think the
Kevin
Eagles.
Byard hit him so hard he thought he was on the Titans again.
Okay, this is the thing though about the Eagles. Like we're throwing so much shade at the Packers. The thing is though, if Jalen Hurts does not play, it could really be a different kind of game because he's still in different protocol.
I suppose so. What, do the Eagles play some lolly teams? I mean, besides the Giants in Week 18, What was the other games? I mean,
Yeah, but
and that's when they had to
was
go to
with Pickett.
Tanner
That
McKee.
was with Pickett, and Jalen Hurts already had like 2 touchdowns when he left. It was the defense that lost in that game. Who they played that next week though?
They played the
They
Giants.
just steamrolled the Giants.
Yeah,
No, because remember it was McKee's first touchdown. It was
that was finishing up the
Yeah, that was
Commanders
against
game.
Washington.
Yeah,
Was
yeah.
it?
Kenny
sure it
Pickett
was.
went down in the Commanders game
That
too.
Commanders game was in Washington.
No, the Commanders game was in Philly.
No.
Oh no, I think it was in Washington. Regardless,
He got
they
hurt.
both went down in that week 16 game.
Yeah. So then, who did they play that last week?
The Giants.
They Cowboys.
Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
Played the division. And I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, if Jalen Hurts is playing, it's going to be clearly Eagles. If he's not playing, maybe it's a tighter game.
Yeah, I suppose so. Maybe
Because it's again, if Jordan Love's playing on the other end, it's maybe a tighter game. But if he's not, I'm not trusting Malik Willis at all.
Yeah, I but you could still trust him a little bit as long as Matt LaFleur is calling Matt
You
LaFleur
can a
games.
little bit, but like you can't call him for the essence he wants to. Just
He hasn't really been doing that as of late. He had a Bears game, couple other ones. In the other few.
I think
past few
losing
games
Christian
as well.
Watson is big.
He takes away like their one big thing.
Yeah, he's their big bomb threat for sure. But I'm always on the side. I'm sure as long as Josh Jacobs is running, that could be the case. So
I mean,
Yeah, but he's got
You're
Jalen
gonna-
Carter. That defensive line has been.
I think
solid.
you got Jaden Reed's at 50 targets.
Yeah.
yeah, he might have.
Hit
to.
And
him and-
Tavion Wicks is gonna have like another 50-yard
Right.
game, and
See,
be like
Romeo
one of the-
Dobbs could also just Tucker Craft. Like they have the weapons to. It's just if
Well, they
Jordan
have
Love.
the weapons, not the weapons. They have weapons.
I mean, well, the Packers are going into an absolute one of the toughest lines.
They're gonna get mud
Big
thrown out.
Dom's
them.
gonna win the season.
Yeah. The nightcap on Sunday. Commanders Bucks the run game.
Absolutely.
I can't go against. Huh?
Jaden Daniels' first playoff game. Same thing as Bo Nix.
Yeah, there's a lot of rookie guys in there.
Terry McLaurin's gonna demand, and he's gonna 2 targets. It's gonna be so fun to watch. It's gonna be amazing to watch.
It's very true. You know what? The rookie that I think is going to the better game than if anybody throughout this entire week, Bucky Irving.
Yeah, I love Bucky
and
Irving.
Bucky-
Bucky Irving
No,
is
this guy
so
over
good
here.
at football.
This guy and Bucky Irving,
I-
so annoying.
I had him on my NC team, and he was the only reason I was even close to winning a couple of games.
Bucky the Ducky Irving.
I love Bucky Irving.
Bucky, this guy runs the Bucky Irving fan page.
I basically hit this page.
Love Bucky Irving.
I like this guy over here is just Bucky Irving. Is the
Remember
real
when-
deal. Best.
Remember when Bucky Irving jumped over that guy defender backwards? I mean,
I was all over Sports Center.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was everywhere. Remember when Irving started life? This guy comes into school.
When Bucky Irving threw that Hail Mary, like, that was, and then he caught it too, like incredible.
Bucky Irving took 2 days off from school. We now know that as the week. So, I don't know. I hope.
And Chuck Norris,
Yeah.
Bucky Norris, Buck Norris.
Yeah.
God
Yes.
stopped creating the earth on the 7th day because Bucky Irving said it was perfect.
Yeah, he did. Damn right. Come on, I mean, he had. Can we just
He had like
acknowledge
1,500 scrimmage yards. Like he's so good at
and
football.
well over 400 yards and only had 40% of the touches? Like that.
Loves Bucky Irving,
He is
bro.
so good at football. So good at football.
Bucky Irving.
Whatever. Acknowledge greatness. You can't.
Best part of the season was they had a duck on the field. Best part of
Exactly.
his
Yeah,
season.
Ducky
Exactly.
Irving. Ducky Irving.
So I can't go against Bucky Irving.
I
Ducky
can't, I'm
Irving.
going with the Bucks.
I'm going with the Bucks. This is gonna be fun all the way around for sure.
I could definitely see the Commanders stealing one though.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't think this is like an easy Bucks game. It's just, I can't go against them. It's kind of like I just can't go against.
No,
them.
this will probably end up covering the. This will be a push. This will probably end up being like a field goal game for sure.
Yeah.
Last game we got the Vikings. We got the Rams. Vikings by 1.5.
See, this game's also going to be chaos.
47.5 is the
this is either going to be like 9 or it's going to be like no points.
Can
I kinda
Cooper
like that
Cup
this is
wake
the
up?
primetime game. I
Oh,
kind of like
Puka-
that this is like the one game
Yeah.
that's on the Monday. I really like that.
I think Puka Nacua just monster like all of Cooper Cup's abilities. I think that's like
might have been the thing.
He was.
I think that's like the only
They caught the ball in time. It was like
yeah, they both
I
reach
take
forward.
your
It's just
talent.
it's like
Thunderstruck,
It's like
bro.
Thunderstruck, yeah. They're just off the mascot's head, they both grab it. Like the lightning's going off. They're like, I wish I was a good football player.
Cooper Cup goes to run the route and he just stumbles over his ankle.
He just twists his own ankle.
Did they
Puka
make
Nacua-
Thunderstruck in like 45 minutes? Like, like that movie was funny.
They had what they
It seemed
wrote
like-
that script
Yeah.
in like an hour.
Not even. They were like 5 minutes.
He's
they're
in.
like, they're like
I think Kevin Durant. He's
they're
on
like-
screen for maybe 8 minutes.
They
Not
brought the
even.
kid off the street to play the main talent, and we're like,
the director just got
popular?
his son. The director just got his son. He's like, who's your favorite player?
I want to
He's like, I want you. Okay. Kevin Durant.
Were they shooting
basketball.
that during the season? Like he had no. It felt like he had no.
bro.
It felt like he was rushed and everything.
Oh my!
Thunderstruck.
Or we can't start Thunderstruck
Okay.
right now.
Look,
The Vikings
okay, it was
ran.
bad, but Space.
I'll take
It's like-
Thunderstruck over Space Jam.
Space Jam 2 was horrible.
I will take Thunderstruck.
Horrible. Oh
I'll
my
take
god.
Thunderstruck.
So bad.
So bad. Give me the Rams. Give me the Rams.
Sam Darnold.
Yes.
Sam, give me a Sam Darnold legacy game.
Sam Darnold goes.
Sam Darnold.
You wanted one, but you're not getting one in New York, buddy.
Yeah, that's why he's
You're
in.
not getting it in Minnesota.
That's why
either.
he's in LA now. Okay, that's where all the stars go. That's where stars are born.
No, he's in Minnesota. He's where the only North Star goes.
Minnesota.
This
Minnesota.
is an LA home game. Sam Darnold in LA. The stars go where stars need to be.
Dude, he's used to playing there. He went to USC.
That's what I'm saying.
This is
Back
perfect for
home.
Sam Darnold. I'm taking the Vikings.
I'm taking the Rams.
This is so great for Sam Darnold. It's like it's come on.
Next year
No,
for a
he is-
4-year
there's-
contract.
He is not touching the Jets. He is no.
You wouldn't want.
No. Because the second he comes back, he's gonna morph back into Jet Zach Wilson, and I can't watch that again.
No, he's gonna morph into Jet
Like I'm telling you,
Sam Darnold.
I'm telling you.
Not
Look,
again.
like if Geno Smith comes back, horrible.
Yeah.
So now watch. Aaron Rodgers is gonna go sign with like the Raiders, and he's gonna put up 5,050.
Just don't. If
Like,
you're
I'm
watching,
telling you.
We'll wrap it up. If you're watching these
Put
games
a
on the
parlay on
weekends-
that. Put a
If
parlay
you're
on
watching
that.
these games this weekend, don't be like Kevin Durant and Thunderstruck. Don't get all of your money taken away. Please gamble responsibly.
Yes. Yeah, responsibly. Do
How
not
does that
gamble
relate to
anything.
Thunderstruck?
Because he got his whole talent taken
Yeah, but
away.
that's not.
like,
I mean,
all
I
your
guess.
money could
I
be
guess.
taken away.
Yeah.
Don't end up like Kevin
I
Durant.
think that kid was actually good at basketball. It was just CGI.
It was all CGI
Like-
cuts. Bro, rewatch that movie. Count how many cuts they had when he was shooting
Because there's
the ball.
no way he was shooting the. He doesn't. The actors don't have handles. Like I've seen Adam Sandler play. He just has the back. He looks, so and he passes the ball. Like he doesn't. I've never seen him actually dribble the ball.
Dude, he's never seen what is it? 8 Crazy Nights or is it 7?
They crazy nights.
Yeah, he's never seen it.
Oh yeah. No. I can understand why it makes fun.
No, why? Why? No, why? Okay, bringing
It makes fun of Hanukkah, so I can sure if your parents were, were probably
Yeah, yes,
were like,
but-
hey, let's not make fun of our heritage.
I like making fun of stuff. Spaceballs, great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, but he said he didn't even want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch
He'll
it.
watch Thunderstruck for
Watch Hustle. I love Hustle. Yeah, watch these.
Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out. I'm gonna be
MJF.
I'm gonna be in theaters for that.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
I'm in theaters.
I'm in theaters day one.
Get the AMC, get the specialty. They have
Is
the,
it
the
Netflix?
IMAX.
Hollywood. Oh yeah, it is going to
Is it?
Netflix. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be in theaters.
No, you can go to the market, the theater over. You go to the bar. You're laughing. If you go to the was a Greg Mark in the beginning, and I love how sidebar and like you start a bar that's out front and like go there for a movie, go there for a pregame, or go there for the game. Like, no, I'm not gonna go to hang out and go to the bar. Like, hey, you want to go to the movies and yeah, what do you want to go see? No.
If
Let's go to
movie
the
theaters,
sports bar,
if
and go
movie
watch
theaters were smart, they would do the Super Bowl on IMAX.
That's true.
But
Greg Marcus
they haven't
TikTok is
capitalized.
really fun to watch, by the way.
God, yes,
we capitalize on that. I would be there.
All right, boys, let's head out of here. Enjoy the NFL wildcard weekend. We'll see you guys next week recapping it all, and we'll get into so much more next week here on Low Blow Sports.